we started doing all
That's right.
Welcome to Headache Years.
Oh, we're starting there.
I thought you were starting. I wanted to go to board the train.
As soon as I get in wacky mode, he's like, well, we must be starting.
I guess we're doing it now.
Today we're doing Silent Hill 2. It's a challenge that begins in one of my favorite parts of the game, which is Toluca Prison. Rocky never played it before. I suppose that's important to know.
Never played the game. Don't know what the challenge is. Completely lost all the time.
So if I yell at him, you'll know why. It's one of the best horror games ever made, but this challenge is about something a little different. Rocco, I'm going to get there first, and then I will explain it.
Prison toilet.
As per usual. Okay, here's the example that will dictate the rest of the challenge. Do you see that toilet?
I do.
That is a hole, right? Think about a toilet. It has a hole in it, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. If you put your face up to it, to the hole, what would it smell like?
Pee and poop.
Correct. We are going through Silent Hill 2 and finding 10 different holes, and Rocky has to guess what they potentially smell like, according to me.
Well, yeah,
according to me. I mean, just use your common sense, you know what I mean? So
was that a sample question, or was that really number one?
That was the example question. This is the Silent Hill 2 Smelly Holes Challenge. I'm not kidding. We're really doing this. In this part of the game... In this part of the game, there's a lot of different holes.
Yeah.
Okay? There's holes you jump down, there's holes in the walls, there's all kinds of holes. Here's the first one. It's a speak hole, like they use in prisons.
Right.
What do you think that would smell like if you put your nose very close to the material there?
Like tartar, like stale food, like stale breath.
You got it!
Like,
correct.
And festering.
Yep, it's even dripping a little bit.
Mouth germs.
I wrote plastic, bad breath, and puke. So, correct.
Puke.
Obviously, this is a 5 out of 10 kind of thing, and I'll bump it up if it's too easy.
I know my smelly holes. I do.
Even a prison speak hole?
I've dealt with my fair share of smelly holes.
Well, let's see what...
Looking at you, X's. Pew, pew.
James has to deal with a lot of different hellish kind of holes. Here's the next one.
Hellish holes.
That's our new side series. Headache Heroes presents Hellish Holes. You have to... This is a really ridiculous puzzle where you have to melt wax into this door with a horseshoe to pick it up. It's dumb, but...
What a dumb game.
But... Oh, you knew you would get me. Here's the next hole. James has to jump down this hole. It's obviously in a prison. There's a lot of... You know, you see the material that's around here.
Yeah.
That's the best view I can give you, unfortunately.
Shit.
If you put your face over the hole, which you're bound to do, what would it smell like?
Like fucking rusty metal, fucking feet, puke, ass. Just festering fucking...
Stop there. Rust and metal I would accept. Right. So, you're correct.
Because, like, it's on the floor. People walk by and shit. Stuff are falling off the shoes.
Keep in mind, though, this part of the game, James is in a nightmare hell. This is... Right. He's, like, mentally going through some crazy shit. And so these holes he has to jump in aren't really there. It's just an abandoned, ghosty...
Is that a spoiler?
No, this game's been around forever, and the only person that hasn't played it is you. This is the next room with some holes, plural, in it.
Bring on all the holes. Give me them stink holes. Oh,
Here are all the holes.
This is like a morgue with the drawers you pull out.
In a way, it's a morgue. So what horrible smell is coming from the hole?
It's fucking like, flesh, rotten meat, fucking, dead body decay.
Correct. Easy.
All the good stuff.
It gets a little harder later, I promise.
The stuff that makes Rocky squeal.
Here is the next hole.
This corpse into this hole?
That's not the first time you said that. So, here's the next one. He obviously has to jump down this again.
So it's a corpse pit, I imagine.
There's 5 different holes James has to jump down in this game. It's very strange. And amazing. It represents his descent into madness, obviously.
Oh, kind of like yours as the challenges numbers go up. In Headache Heroes lore, your sanity meter is like...
Can you please tell me what that hole smells like?
Like fucking dead people. That's where the corpses are being dropped. It smells like fucking dead fucking meat. Corpse.
If you put your head over that hole...
Yeah.
That's what it
Well,
smells
that's where the corpses are going.
Is it?
It smells like...
That's a question mark. Okay.
Yeah. I assume it tastes.
I didn't ask you to taste the hole, Rocky. I asked you to smell the hole.
I will if you ask me to.
No. It's not... Oh, that's against the rules. You're only allowed to smell. God damn it.
It smells like corpses.
Why you gotta ruin my challenges?
I'm telling you my answer.
I heard you already.
Okay.
I'm fucking with you. You're wrong.
Why?
Because there's no corpses at the bottom.
But I didn't know that.
That's... Come on, you got 3 already. You're
Okay, I'm saying I wanted 100.
At the bottom is just a lot of broken bullshit. Glass and plaster. And
Stone.
okay, next hole.
That's a fucking hole.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Now that's a hole.
Wow. What a hole.
What does that hole smell like? If you put your head over it. You know,
That's a cell, right?
look at James's idle animation. He's like,
Probably like soil, stone,
well, let's find
like
out what's at the bottom.
stale.
When I first played through this game, this shit blew my mind because it was so scary that he would just jump without any concern for himself.
Matt doesn't like holes.
That's
He's not like me.
That's the part of the character. James he doesn't care about himself.
He's a hole man.
He wants to die, in other words, the whole game.
That makes 2 of us.
Silent
There's a lot of soil and stone.
Is that what your guess was?
Yeah.
Oh, then correct.
Ping, ping.
We're also judging by the edges of the holes, because that obviously contributes to the stink.
Yeah. I said stone and soil because that's...
Yeah, that's pretty much all we got around here. But it gets a little different later, don't you worry, my friend.
I'm not afraid.
That's a save point, by the way.
Oh! Sorry. I got spooked.
It is spooky.
Oh.
He refuses to get into horror games and movies. Like, I like to put myself in their shoes, you know, the protagonist or whatever, and feel the fear. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think you're too afraid to do that.
I don't like being afraid.
Well, you just said it, so I'm happy with that answer. He admitted it. Okay, this is the labyrinth. Bit of a different aesthetic. Let's go down to
Oh, shit.
Pyramid Head's lair, which is down
He has a place where he calls lair.
where he hangs out, yeah, and it's down there. So I'm going to count this as a hole, because it kind of is. It has a ladder, but it's very vague, because you have no idea what's down there. You have to get some wrong, and there's probably enemies
I'm going to say
me.
rust. Rust, metal. I'll leave it at that. Rust and metal.
All right, let's go down.
Like rusty metal.
You're right! Look!
Ha!
There's that
Nothing
metal
but
grating.
metal.
There's chain link fences, and let me show you Pyramid Head's little house here, because I imagine that contributes to the stink, as you'll see in a moment.
Wow, it's in it. Ah!
Well, let me pan the camera up. That's it. You even get to grab his knife, which is interesting. You said rust and metal, I'll count it.
Easy challenge was too early.
Stop making fun of me. You
Well,
love
I'm
Smelly
not.
Holes Challenge. What's that one smell like?
That one smells like... What's down there?
Can't tell you.
I mean, like, you can't tell me what kind of room it is.
No, it'll give it away.
I'm going to say dried blood. Just, I don't know.
I mean,
I'm going to say stone and soil, but...
think about previous holes.
Yeah.
You know.
That's all I think about is previous holes. Lots of regret.
Well,
and
move
shame.
on. We'll move.
All right, I'm going to go with stone and soil then.
False. It is dirt and mud and water. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, stop it. You got plenty right already. There's 3 left, except now I have to go through an insanely stupid maze that never ends. Can we talk about how you're obsessed with the smell of the controllers we share?
Okay, listen. I marked my controller because we both have wired 360 controllers that we use. I marked mine so I know which one's mine. Matt thinks that's weird. I like the thing that I bought.
He thinks it has quirks or specific, but they're pretty much brand new. Yours is a little older. And his smells like cat litter.
Mine doesn't smell like cigarette smoke.
Mine smells like cigarette smoke.
Girlfriend, you brought it up.
You're right.
Can't back out of it now.
I guess when you're doing an odor challenge, you got to talk about your
I
stink.
got very sensitive noses because I don't have anyone around me that gives off awful smells. Like cigarette smoke.
What about yourself?
Other than myself, that's just organic. It wafts up when I sit down because I have a grungy taint.
Numbody, call my number, smell my body. So this room right here is interesting because it references a Francis Bacon
Kevin's brother.
painting. It's a painter from either the 1800s or 1900s. I don't know. The paper on the floor, the red square. Yeah, I thought that was
Ah!
interesting homage to a classic painter. Even when I try highbrow, there he is, burping away. Okay, you're gonna like this part. So there's two other characters. Yeah, Daddy, right?
Yeah,
There's two other
please
characters
don't, Daddy.
who are suffering through Silent Hill during this game.
love pain and
Angela
suffering.
Orozco and Eddie Dombrowski. This is Angela's part, and you kill her manifestation of her horror within this hell. This is a boss fight that's called the Abstract Daddy. It's the representation of her father or brother molesting her and raping her when she was a child.
Hot.
That's why it looks like a person perhaps embracing someone on a bed. I have to kill this, but in the meantime, you can answer me the riddle of what do those holes smell like? Oh, excuse me. He caught me.
What the fuck's coming out of him? What? I don't understand what's poking through. Is it supposed
No one
to be dicks? Because it's like sex themed?
It is representative of
I want to say dirty cock.
intercourse, but the walls, you know, the linings, not
Dirty cock and
not the
puke.
pistons, but
Because like
the
to see the
holes.
shit, the brown orangey, I want to say dirty cocks and puke.
But if this were real, and you put your face up to that piston weird hole, what would you sniff? What would you smell?
Metal and puke. Metal and dicks.
I wrote down skin, sweat, blood, and vagina. But I'll give it to you because skin was close enough.
We were on the same intercourse train.
Pretty much. I mean, how can you not be with holes like that?
This shit's pumping out of that. You see the video of the camera inside the vagina during intercourse?
My headache.
Someone put a vagina the camera inside a vagina.
Someone put a vagina inside a camera.
And then
Use, please.
And they told this couple to have sex. Cameras in like the back of the vagina, and you see like the dick camera like this. Really, really cool to see. He comes inside. You see all of it, and you see the skin wall just go like. Listen, you can't.
It's my fault.
You can't ask me not to bring up dirty or gross things when we have a smelly holes challenge.
You know what? He's kind of got me there. I'm not gonna lie. You got me.
I mean,
got me.
you're pointing me in the
You're
direction.
right. Keep in mind, though, most of the holes are just environmental holes. They're not
Hellish.
Yeah, they're not holes of someone's body.
I wish they were. Last one's got to be Angela's hole.
Well,
I'll tell you what that smells like.
I'm sorry, Angela. Disrespecting her.
Is Angela the one in the jail cell?
That was her. No. That was Maria. Angela was the...
I'll tell you what Maria's hole smells like.
Okay, you're about to see her, so you can tell her face to face.
Maria, let me just stay still.
Tell her right now.
Are they gonna fuck since he's finally in her hole?
Yeah, pretend you're James.
Cell.
When would you say those words to her? Right now?
What her hole smells like?
Yeah, right now, right?
Probably ish. Yeah, now ish. Like Maria, listen.
Like you're over her bed.
Before we do this, now that I'm finally here, let me just take a small whiff.
There she is, just waiting.
That's an unfortunate time to have a period right before sex, though. Because she seduced him, spread her legs. It's like, get in here, I'm open for you, ready.
She's dead.
I thought she had a period.
She's very dead and beat up and abused. So,
Well, someone got to her first.
live with that, my friend.
Fine.
This game is incredibly sad and a huge bummer.
Not for me.
That's because you have no idea what's happening. Ignorance is bliss. So we're still in mud zone, trying to get out of this jammy jam.
Oddly enough, that's what Matt calls his back hole, his mud zone.
Oh boy. Mud zone. Mud zone. Next hole. Mud zone is my favorite Sonic level. Okay. Here. These are the graves of the three main characters.
Right.
There's Eddie. There's Angela.
There's you.
And there's James. Okay. So obviously they are graves. What would they smell like?
Dirt.
If you put correct, easy one. Last one is coming
I
up.
thought it was like too easy that I was like overlooking something.
No. And there's no bodies in it either, so.
Well, let them hit the floor and they'll be in there.
Oh boy. Not only Disturbed references.
That wasn't disturbed.
Oh, excuse me, Drowning
There
Pool.
you go.
Excuse me.
Rest in peace.
Excuse me. You ready for this transition?
Not only is there disturbed references, finish your shit. Oh, now we're talking.
I'm not
Now we're
creep-
getting somewhere.
Okay, last hole's coming up, but I gotta kill a boss real quick.
Final hole.
Actually, you can answer me now.
There's vent holes?
Those tubes coming out of a wall, what are they emitting and what would they smell like? Obviously, there's smoke
like a
coming out.
strong chemical smell.
False. They are freezer tubes, like in a freezer. You know what I mean?
Oh, is that what they are?
They're pushing out cold air.
Oh, I
yes.
don't know. I thought they were. They looked like it was green. I thought it was chemicals.
Well, you could have took your time because. So Rocky got 7 out of 10, so that's a challenge passed.
Passed all challenges tonight.
It's the Smelly Holes challenge.
Woo! I mean, of course, I'm gonna pass the Smelly Holes challenge. It's kind of my thing.